Somebody's having fun. I think your mic's a little. There we go. There we go.
Woo! Arsenal 5, Sporting Lisbon 1. Dal, we weren't even planning on doing this, man. We weren't even planning. We were just like, we'll see each other on Friday. We'll have Jez, we'll have Tony, we'll be ready to go. But no, this needs a match reaction, people.
Right.
Welcome to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching, make sure you smash a like. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You know what? I need to change the branding for this. There we go.
There we go.
Dal, how you feeling, man?
Red. I'm feeling a lot better than I was at 12 p.m. before the game. That's for damn sure. Shout out everyone in the chat. Big up, TJ. I'm glad you decided to do a show today. I mean, you must have really been gassed for this win. I know I was. I know our fans were. The top gooners all the way down to the Rat Army. Shout out again, everyone in the chat. We see you. Shout out always Ping Pong, Mr. Link. Anyway, get into it, TJ. Go ahead.
Fix your
own show.
Fix your mic, you happy cunt. There goes the monetization. Do I sound okay?
You sound fantastic.
Okay, good. All right. Well, guys, I guess I gotta. So I got called out today. People were saying, TJ, you said even with Odegaard in the lineup, we don't look like we're gonna score. Like, you don't think Odegaard's gonna make that big of a difference. And you know what? Just given the play that we were seeing at the beginning of the season, even with Odegaard in there, it wasn't fantastic. But the change that we have seen, and you saw like little hints of it at the end of that Chelsea game, where you saw Odegaard just kind of starting to link up play, starting to cook, starting to make the final third play a lot more fluid. And then you saw the absolute top pop off against Forest. And whenever we leave the island, I get super nervous because we can't score goals. We haven't scored goals in 11 months away in Europe. And we go in there and absolutely pam them today. I am gassed. Martin Odegaard was fantastic today. Man of the match, going away. Absolutely insane today with his midfield movement. He's moving the ball around. We're absolutely saucing in the final third now. It was absolutely incredible. What a win. Yeah, and guys, we will get to your comments. Keep the comments coming. Let us know how you guys are feeling as well out there in the chat. But Odegaard absolutely cooking today. Gabriel Martinelli tearing up the left side, looking more and more confident. Dal, I actually saw him take on a man more than once today. That is not something that we have seen Martinelli do in quite a while. The confidence is starting to build. Bukayo Saka.
Incredible.
He was incredible today. He's looking more and more like the star boy that we expect him to be, especially over the last 2-3 games. He's absolutely saucing, especially in the Champions League. I believe that's his second goal in 4 games. He is fantastic. He's been playing fantastic today, and over the last couple of weeks. Another person I want to call out, and then I'm going to give you your say.
True.
Urian Timber. This guy is activating from the right back position like I haven't seen Arsenal do in a long time. You have not seen Ben White overlap, invert, like kind of make. I'm wondering what Arteta is telling him to do, like what his instructions are because he's overlapping, he's inverting, he's doing whatever he needs to do to activate himself in the attack. He created so many chances today and just was a problem, not only on the defensive side of the ball, but on the offensive side of the ball. Just absolutely fantastic. And I think you were correct. Playing him and at right back is giving us more options. And you were saying he's one of our best signings over the past 2 or 3 years. And I agree. Just the impact that we see. Like he's fantastic. I mean, he was fantastic against Nottingham Forest. And I don't think, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think it was talked about enough. I don't think he was talked about enough, the impact that he had during Forest, and he continued.
Well, like, yeah, no, exactly. Sorry to interrupt you on that one, but no, the offense gets all the glory, right? A lot of the time. I mean, the Timber signing, if we go back, oh gosh, which window was that? Which window was that exactly? That was last summer? No, the
Last
summer
summer.
before.
Last summer.
Last summer, right? Because he was injured in the Nottingham Forest game to open up the 24-25 season.
Yeah, so not this summer, but the summer before.
Before, correct. Was so
Right.
You could say one, two, three, almost four. So out of our three signings, out of our three windows, he has to be the best signing. Him and Rice have to be the best signing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
no, without a doubt.
David Ray in there. I mean, and I'm sorry, I'm done with Havertz. I'm done with the experiment. He was decent today, but you know, I just thought we played a lot more fluidity on Saturday. But I guess that was Forest. Sporting are a lot better than Forest. Sorry, Yeti, my opinion only. But anyway, Julian Timber, by far one of the best signings we've made in the last three windows. We missed him wholeheartedly the first season he was here. He's back, and he has taken that position from Ben White. Ben White is not as mobile. He's not as creative. He's not as aggressive on the ball. He does Ben White things, but we're at the point now, guys, where that's just not good enough. We need Timber performances every week in, week out from every player, from every position on the pitch. He set this example today of what a fullback can really do when they actually have, teammates that can play around with them. We missed Odegaard. I didn't think I'd be saying that, but let's be honest, guys. We did miss him. Trossard could not do it. Trossard cannot open up defenses like Odegaard. Trossard does not have the tippy-tappy heel flicks and tricks to put defenders on their rear end. He just didn't do it, right? And so
right.
It's just imperative now that we stay healthy, we keep Timber right back, and we build again from the defense forward. Rice had a decent game, one of his better games, I would say, in the last 4 weeks. Thomas Partey was fantastic today. I'm going to give high marks. I know we're going to get into ratings probably in a little bit.
Yep.
I'm going to give high marks to everybody today. Saliba, his footwork on the ball was phenomenal. He was just like rolling it on the top, his foot on top of the ball, keeping it away from Gyökeres in a couple of instances.
We put Gyökeres on ice tonight. It was fantastic.
Timber. I want to give my man of the match to Odegaard, but Timber is definitely a 9.85. Right? He did the inverted thing. He did the defensive thing. He was up the flank. He was whipping balls in. He did, everything that we need Ben White to do, but he's just not as complete of a player. It's just that visible. I think Ben White's had a great couple seasons with us. It's been up and down. I think he'll be great off the bench for the rest of the season. But Timber, to me, today has solidified the right back spot. And that's, for the rest of it, I thought Martinelli was fantastic today. Put a good shift in. I thought Saka was great. I thought Havertz was okay.
Yeah, I'm still not impressed. I'm still not impressed with him because he's not. And look, everybody in our group chats were cooking me today because I was shitting on Havertz and the fact that we're not playing as fluid with him in the 9. I was wrong today. He assisted, he made room in that spot, and he got the goal. Obviously, it was a tap in because Saka made something out of fucking nothing. Good, right. Yeah, good for you, dude. Like Dal could have finished that. I could have finished that. Stop propping Kai Havertz because he was actually able to put a ball in the net when it's put on a platter for him. Like let's stop doing that. But look, all I'm saying is with the players around the 9 position right now are absolutely cooking, and it's because Martin Odegaard being back. Martin Odegaard is the linchpin in the middle of the field for us, and what worries me the most is the fact that if he gets injured again, we drop off that far. Like that's the biggest concern that I have. And look, like we can put Winieri in there, and obviously he's not going to be as good as Odegaard, but I think he creates and he excites and he keeps people on their toes. You know what I mean? Like I'm done with this Trossard experiment in the 10. I'm done with whoever we're trying to put in there. trying with this 3 CDM bullshit that we were trying for a few matches there. Let's move past this. We are now past this. And look, I'm not saying that we're back in the race. I'm not saying that we're going to win the Champions League, but just the football is enjoyable to watch. And that's really what we've been missing since October 5th. I mean, and even before that, the football wasn't great. Even before that Southampton win, before we went on that long drought without all 3 points, was hard to watch. But today and the game against Nottingham Forest, it's night and fucking day. And I'm just so happy about that. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Nottingham Forest, I think we can all come to the conclusion that they were just not on it. Like, they came to our place, we showed them what football was all about, and it was a training match at the end of the day. This is Sporting Lisbon. This is a team that's been hyped up now for the last 2 to 3 seasons. In and out, I don't know how many Portuguese titles they've won, but they are one of the big 3 or 4 in Portugal, right? I mean, I think City beat them a couple years ago, 5-0, but that's a city of way different city than we see today. So with that said, I think that we need to take something from this win. This isn't just beating Nottingham Forest again. This is beating a top European up-and-coming contender for European competitions. And, they have, some would say, the best striker in the world right now. They have some good midfielders. But you could see, TJ, from that lineup, when they're even just at the beginning of the game, when they're doing the handshakes, we looked bigger than them. Their midfield looked really small. They looked small. I just thought
we got the size, no question.
Yeah, we definitely had the size, and so I think that played a good advantage as well. But I'm not gonna, if rivals want to come at us and say this or that and say, oh, you just, caught Gyökeres on a bad day, I'm not hearing any of that, because I think this Sporting team could pretty much beat any team in the Prem, but not today. They were not that good today, right? I mean, I still think there's a chance they would maybe draw with Liverpool. I think there's, someone could put their odds on Sporting, beating Chelsea maybe 2-1, right? I mean, those are conversations that we could have had 2 or 3 months ago. And now it's like, well, without Gyökeres, they really aren't much. I mean, that's
without you also got there. Remember, Amorim left,
right?
And now he's at Man United trying to clean up that absolute mess. But I think you really notice the difference and the absence of Ruben Amorim on the bench. I think that they're still probably gonna win the Portuguese league. I don't watch the Portuguese league, but the fact that they've won all of their matches 11 games into the season, they're probably gonna win the Portuguese league. But I think that you lose a really, really good manager like Ruben Amorim, you're going to fall off. You're going to experience some growing pains. I mean, and he took his staff with him. So it was only a matter of time. So I'm just glad that it started today.
Yeah,
and it starts they're on the descendancy and we're on the ascendancy. Like, we needed a statement win in this Champions League for me to be like, you know what? I'm going to stay engaged on this. I'm going to say, I can watch these European matches without like needing to cover my fucking eyes or needing some sauce to get through it. It was just a welcome change. Like, anytime you and I are tuning into a match on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and they're playing outside of the Emirates, like it can get a little worrying. Obviously.
I mean, Inter's a prime example, right? I mean, I think we had 35 crosses or 40 crosses in the box and couldn't get a touch in the goal.
Right.
And that could have, and I'm just thinking, like, that could have happened today, right? That same type of performance could have come back to haunt us. That team could have been a lot more organized. Like you said, they're 11-0 in their league. They could have been a lot more organized against us today. And that's why I want to take a lot of happiness from this win. Because, again, I don't think Chelsea go in there and beat them 5-1. And I doubt Liverpool do. Man City not in the current form they're at. So that, to me, speaks to exactly to what you're saying. We are on the ascendancy. You look at the games coming up in the Prem, I think they're all beatable, but possibly the United game coming up. I think we have Ipswich coming up, and I'm not going to get too much into that. But I know we have a pretty easy schedule in the Prem coming up of 3 or 4 games that we need to really push Liverpool to the limit, especially towards the end of Christmas time. But
the form that we're on will beat United. The form that we're on will beat United.
I hope so. I hope so. But we know West Ham comes first, so I'm not too worried about West Ham either. If we can just continue, I think we'll just continue what we did today. This is going to bring a bunch of confidence for the kids. This is going to bring confidence overall for the club in general. This is a big step. And like you said earlier, we scored the goals today. It wasn't a 1-0 win where you just kind of move up a notch. This may help us up 2 or 3 places on the table. Whoever wants to shout out the research doing that, please put it in the chat where that puts us in the table, right? Because I think we were 8th.
Yeah, hold on. I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Moves us up. And I've said it from day one. We have to score goals in this league, in this tournament. You can't just get by with draws and 1-0 wins while other teams are beating teams 4, 5, 6-0. And we saw it today. Atlanta won 6-1, I think, today. So as those other clubs score goals, we got to do the same. I hope today's not a one-off. You know what I mean? I hope we continue this mentality against the rest of our European competition, because I think Sporting's a big club.
Yeah, with the win today, we are now 7th in the Champions League table. The only teams that can overtake us potentially are Aston Villa, who haven't played yet, and Borussia Dortmund, who haven't played yet.
Okay, well,
so
we got a lot of work to do, and we got and that's what we got to win these games 3 or 4-0 from here on out.
Exactly.
I don't think the 1-0s are going to cut it. We can't draw, because other teams are going to score goals.
Yep. Big up Arsenal domination. He says, "Evening, guys." Good evening, sir. He says, "It'll be interesting to see how close the gap to Liverpool will be by New Year. I've long said it'll be close. Whilst I'm from the UK, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving." Thank you so much. Blessings to everybody and your families. This is just a great time of year, to be honest with you. I'm gassed. Especially today, especially when your football club is winning. It's a nice time of year.
It adds to the enjoyment for sure.
Arsenal domination. I'm not getting on that train quite yet. Like, sorry to be a little bit negative. Liverpool look like they're absolute world beaters. They had a really rough game against Southampton, but the fact that you guys have Mohamed Salah and guys like that can see them through those kinds of games, and then you see the form that they have, that Man City are on now. They just drew to Feyenoord and have not won in six now, I believe.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's absolutely crazy. The fall off is crazy. So I'm fully expecting Liverpool to turn them over this weekend. Like, I think it continues. The injuries and the bad form, it's peak at Man City right now, and it couldn't have happened to a better club. I'm sorry to say it.
Right.
But club, fan base, whether they're in the seats or not. Yeah, but
they're all returning their kits to the fan shop.
I saw that. That was hilarious, bro. That was hilarious. That AI or whatever it was. But yeah, no, I mean, look, and I'm gassed. I'm not gonna get too over the top about it. Like, in December, I don't want us losing one match. Like, if we don't lose one match and we see Liverpool drop points, I'll start saying, okay, maybe we're back in the race. But right now, we're just doing what we should have been doing for the past 2 months. Like, and obviously we run into Odegaard getting injured. We still don't have depth at certain positions where we need depth. And these are spaces that we need to address in January, especially if we're in the race and Liverpool do drop points, which I eventually think that they will, but 9+ points is a lot to drop, even in November.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's definitely between us, Liverpool, and City at this point. I still think we're going to finish third. I still think we're going to finish third, probably behind City by 2 or 3 points. But who knows? I mean, it's still pretty early. I mean, we got January, February, March, April, right? I mean, got months and months of football ahead of us still. And who knows if Van Dijk gets injured, if Salah gets injured, I mean, those things happen. And
Liverpool have been pretty lucky with injuries so far. So
yeah, exactly. And their schedule hasn't been that bad. They haven't really played how many top 6 clubs in the first 11 weeks?
Yeah. No, you're right.
2, maybe, so schedule's part of it. And I think a schedule was a big part for us 2 seasons ago. That was massive. That's why I think we had the 8 points the whole time, because we had a pretty easy schedule the first few weeks of the season 2 years ago. But I see Darren's comment. We could have thrown it away tonight. First 15 minutes. Yeah, Darren, but we didn't. But yeah, I mean, to go to Sporting and don't think they're going to get a few shots on target or have some possession. Come on now, Darren.
No,
I was a little nervous too, but I wasn't. I knew we had plenty of time to score another goal. I didn't think we'd score 2, but I figured we'd score 1, and it would be. I thought we'd win 4-1.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And here's this is a problem though. Arsenal domination. Big up. Thanks for the sub, by the way. I appreciate it, my guy. He says, I think Odegaard is very good. Every team has his players that are irreplaceable, and he's ours. I think that's a problem. Like, we need competition there, and we need somebody that can slot in there and do a job when he's out, he's injured, and we need to rotate. He cannot play every single match. Like, obviously, we saw a really, really good performance from Ethan Nwaneri against Nottingham Forest. He gets his first Premier League goal. And he's been cooking in all of his appearances. I don't think he's really put in one bad performance this season, but he's still not the creative force that Odegaard is in the middle. So I just think that we need to get another creative midfielder in there to cover. That's all I'm saying. Because if I see this 3 CDM bullshit ever again, I'm gonna lose it. Like, might as well not even watch the match or just use it as a sedative. You know what I mean? Like, it was boring, uneventful, unimaginative football where you're spamming crosses in or you're hoping for a set piece. Like, it's not sustainable. And now we're playing football that is sustainable. And that's all we've been asking for. I think that's why I'm so gassed. It's like we were in the doldrums there from October 5th. Yeah, from October 5th through this past Saturday. So forgive me if I'm gassed for not actually seeing us do what we are supposed to be doing, living up to the expectations that even, us in the Rad Army and the people, and the top gooners are expecting. Like, the fan base should be, no matter what, should be celebrating what happened today, regardless of whether you're Arteta out, Arteta in. You got to back the club. You got to back the boys on this one. It was a great win, a statement win. I'm gassed, man. I'm gassed.
Yeah, no, me too. I think there's something to be said about, maybe subbing Odegaard a little bit early, or maybe switching it up against certain opposition. Maybe one area gets a start and subbing one area off at halftime to bring Odie in.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some options now, which is good. Pick up Mama Flossie. Good to see you.
Pick up Mama Flossie every single time.
I still want to see more. I mean, there's still a part of me that thinks, okay, we're coming up with United in a little bit. Let's see how Odegaard plays then. Let's see how he does, consistently, because there has been times where he'll put in 2 or 3 great games, and then all of a sudden he drops a stinker against a big team like Tottenham or Chelsea. Well, not Tottenham's a big team, but a big game, right? We have seen that. There is evidence of that, but I think that, hopefully this is sort of a rebirth for him, because he was gone for 7 weeks. I mean, that's a long time in footballing years, but I'm just, I'm still a bit cautious as well when it comes to the league, but I don't know. What can you say when your player's injured for a while back? You come back and you score 8 goals and concede 1 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yep. Shout out Tony Claude. I got to say one more thing too, because Sporting did have their chances today, but David Raya played incredibly well.
Incredible.
We did get some help from the woodwork today, obviously, but you got to put the ball in the net to actually score the goals here. But David Raya, when he was called upon, he was fantastic. Yep. There was nothing he could do when we conceded on that one. Calafiore needed to do a lot better in marking his man. I think if there was one person that could definitely have had a better game, it was Calafiore. Look, he didn't cost us the game, but he still looks a little bit tenuous on that left side. He just needs to grow. I mean, I'm just hoping it's one of those things where he just needs to grow into it. Right. He's given way too much space to the right winger on Portugal or on Sporting Lisbon through some of those games. I don't know why I keep calling it Portugal. Sorry. But yeah, like he's just guiding it. He's kind of just guiding him in to the final third. I'm like, mark him. Like, what are you doing? So he's given a little bit too much space to those wingers. But I mean, do you think that's just something he just needs? He's just still betting into the squad a little bit. Like, what do you think of Calafiore?
But I think it's a lot of money for what we got, to be honest. I think we got ripped off money wise. He's probably a $25-30 million player. There's the raw talent there, but to be honest, I don't see the hype. I think he's good, right? But there's better left backs out there, and I just think that we bought him just because there was bigger clubs like Madrid. I think we're looking at him. Juventus, we're looking at him, and so we kind of just stole him from that, from what we saw at the Euros as well. I don't know. I got to see more. The jury for me is still out on him. I mean, a lot of people gave Kai Havertz 10 games, half a season. We got to give Calafiori some of the same breadth, I think, right? Some of the same bandwidth. Yeah. If we're going to, a lot of fans were saying, just give Havertz a chance. Just give Havertz a chance. And he had a nice purple patch at the beginning of the year. Well, let's hold up the same standard for Calafiori. I think there's a player there. I like the aggressiveness. I like that he loves to play for the shirt. He's been an Arsenal fan since he was a kid. We've seen pictures of him with the old kits on. I'm at the point where I need to see more from him, and Waneri, and almost at some point even Martinelli, because I don't want to slag him off yet, because I still think it's so early, right?
Yeah.
I still think that we've still got a lot of football left to play. Now, I'm not saying that, we're going to go on this gigantic run and lift the trophy. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that I don't even know if Arteta has his first 11 filled out yet, to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to ruin the happiness today or rain on anyone's parade, but when it comes down to it, are we going to see this sort of, this mentality coming all the way to the end of Christmas? And then what are we going to do in January? Are we going to be able to keep up when the games are in the dark, And I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
And I just think Calafiori could be the weak link in that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to just start bashing on players and, get him out after he's been there 9 months. I'm kind of tired of doing that. I need to see more before I tell them they're donkey. Like Kai Havertz, I've seen enough. I am absolutely done with the Kai Havertz experiment. He will get the on-off goal, but I'm done with him. There's better out there. We know it. You know it. We know it. We all know it. But with Calafiori, before I just go, slagging him off, I still want to give him at least a half a season.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the weaker link today, but he probably knows that in some way, right? I mean, you got to figure he's sort of intelligent. It's like, okay, I should have been here, boss. Sorry, boss. Right? I should have done this, should have done that. But that's part of growing with the club. That's part of learning, and that's also going to apply to the leadership of Odegaard, Saliba, and Gabriel to get this kid up and running. Because I do think there's a player there, but he is raw and he is mistake prone, and hopefully over time that'll just stop.
Yeah. No, in the Premier League game, Premier League is way different than the Italian game. He's been injured for some percentage of the season. So I want to see him get more time. Obviously if you're looking at the starting 11 that you want to see for Arsenal, this was pretty much it. You know what I mean? Right. Like this was it. You got Declan Rice, Partey, and Odegaard in the middle, which is the midfield we've been asking for. We've been crying out for 2 years, but through injuries or this, that, and the other, we haven't been able to see it. We saw it today. It absolutely cooked. I thought Declan Rice was solid. Thomas Partey was very solid today. Like it was fantastic from the entire midfield today. Yeah, I mean, and the only ones that I would say are whose positions are kind of in question. I mean, look, people aren't gonna like me for what I'm saying about Kai Havertz. I understand that, but Gabby Jesus did just as well in the 9 as Kai on Sunday or Saturday as Kai Havertz did today. Like Kai Havertz was there on the end of a tap-in goal. That was it. Jesus would have buried that too. My blind dead grandmother. I guess it wouldn't matter if she's dead, if she's blind, if she's dead, but she could have knocked that in. It's one of those things where the fluid football is back because the midfield is cooking, and you're giving Bukayo Saka room to do some magic.
Right. Yeah. And why is that? Because of one, Odegaard. Because we said at the beginning of the show, we've said this in another show, I think a week or two ago, Trossard cannot do Odegaard things. I'm mistaken. Yeah. I thought that position with Trossard at the 10, we would be okay. Like we wouldn't really lose to Inter. We definitely would have lost to like Bournemouth or at Newcastle, right? But it just, it just wasn't working. And Odegaard, you can see the confidence, you can see the movements better, the fluidity's better.
He's so
The goal
he's
scoring
like
was
he's
more
so
natural.
techy on the ball too. Like he's got
Yeah, he was infuriating those guys. They were livid. There was times we were just triangles. They couldn't even get the ball with the movement. I mean, and with Timber, Odegaard, and Saka on that right side, they couldn't get the ball, right? But with Trossard in there, it's like either Trossard does that a little bit too much or he does that a little bit too little, where he just loses the ball, right? It's just he's a winger. He's an impact left winger. That's his role. And he came on today. We haven't really mentioned. I mean, I know we're getting the ratings, but I mean, Trossard, I thought did okay.
He got the goal. Got the goal at the end.
Yeah, I mean, right. He was there at the right spot. I think Martinelli probably would have gotten that too. But to be honest, I'm kind of done with the Trossard experiment. I think we've signed him to another contract. 29 years old, good squad player. But I think there's younger and better and out there. But I don't want to get too much into that today. I don't want to rain on everyone's parade. It was a great performance today. And, I know Sporting aren't the giants of Europe, but they are a very good organized club that gets good players in, that makes a run for Europe just about every year over the last, 8-9 years, maybe 6 years. They had a couple opportunities today, but I think our defense is that good. What do you guys think of the chat? What do you guys think of the chat about Saliba and Gabriel? Are they the best defensive pairing in all of Europe? 8 goals scored, 1 conceded. There's something to be said for that. I think it's probably the best pairing currently.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and especially on form right now, like coming out of this international break, they've absolutely cooked. Like, look, we conceded on a set piece, but that's not their fault. I think the performance over the last 180 minutes plus of football has been fantastic from them.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. I had to freaking Flawless was texting me.
Well,
but
Liverpool,
yeah, no, I mean,
Liverpool's got good defense too.
Yeah, no, Liverpool have a very good defense, but again, they're liable to concede too. I mean, Southampton got at them as well. So the fun part about this league this season, except for Liverpool, is that like anybody can lose on any given day. Like we've seen Man City fall off massively. We've seen Aston Villa, who we thought were going to cook this season, fall off massively. Everybody thought West Ham were going to cook. They've fallen off like even worse than they were last season. Like it's a very, very what's that word? It's a competitive league. And you usually see more, levels, like sure levels in this league at this point in the season. You start seeing them form, and so far the only one that's really proven themselves is Liverpool. Like we've lost some games that we shouldn't have lost. Man City have definitely lost some games they shouldn't have lost, and it's just everybody's hoping that Liverpool fall off, so we're not just figuring out who's going to get second by March.
I think if Liverpool fall off, though, we're only talking draws. I don't see them losing, to be honest, like really losing. Like, I don't think anyone's going to beat them like 3-0. No one's going to beat them 2-0, 3-0, nothing like that. They're going to, if they drop points, they're just going to draw out. Right. I do think they're susceptible to that. But so are we. That's the thing. They draw 1 weekend 1-1 and we draw 1-1. Hell, we're back where we started. Right? I mean, that's not to say that we aren't, but if we can beat West Ham, let's say I don't know who Liverpool have. City, right?
Man City. Yep.
City. Okay. So maybe that ends up 1-1, 2-2, right? Salah at the death to make it 2-2. But we go thrash West Ham 4-0. I mean, that's great, but I mean, that's not going to catch them. They have to lose. They have to lose a few games. And to be honest, I don't see them doing that. I mean, they're not. Southampton, that was kind of a one-off, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, TJ, I don't know what to make of Liverpool.
You don't know
because
what
they
to make of
win.
Liverpool. I mean,
Well, they win games, but then they win 3-2 against Southampton.
hey, dude. Well, no,
You
and
know,
they needed help in doing that too. Big up Ozzy.
big up
By the
Ozzy.
way, have you met Ozzy before? We're gonna have him on American Idiots one of these
Okay,
weeks.
perfect. I think
He's
so.
I met him on Sarcasm City. He's an absolute ledge.
Nice.
He's
Yeah. Okay.
he's one of us. He's one of us.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's one of us.
He's an Arsenal and a human being, and he breathes air and drinks beer.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But the thing
He holds to the standards. But anyway, keep going.
Good. No, I was trying. What was I thinking about anyway? I kind of lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
I guess the staying in the form we're in right now is fucking crucial. It's absolutely crucial, right? We have to look at scoring those goals like we did at the beginning of the year. I felt for a second, I gotta admit, for a second in the second half, we took our foot off the gas, and we can't do that, dude. Not even for like a minute.
Yep.
3-0, go. You smell the blood. Go for the kill.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to see, us beating West Ham. Let's say we're up 2-0. Michael Antonio slips through Saliba. It's 2-1 in the 58th minute. Now what?
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, and Portugal did look like they had a pull, or Sporting Lisbon looked like they had a pulse.
Yeah.
When they scored and they came out, but it died.
Easy.
It died after the pen.
Right.
Like
right.
It was over after that. And that was
they were gassed.
Fantastic.
They were gassed till about the 60th minute.
Yeah.
You could just tell they kind of fell behind. But do you want to get into ratings?
Let's do some quick ratings. If you are in the chat, play along with us. Let us know who you rated. If you guys just put it in the chat. Let us know. I'm not going to put any charts up or anything like that, but we can just go through the players and do it. And put your comments in there and let us know if you agree, disagree. If you just think we have a nice looking faces, just let us know in the chat. Let's start with David Rea.
8 out of 10. Fantastic catches, distribution, caught the ball, made sure it didn't go over the line. That was important because that thing could have looped in, man. That the ball, shit like that happens. You're going to catch it, hits off your fingertips, and it goes in. I've been a goalie. It sucks. No, a big 8. 8.5.
No, I'm going 8. I was going 8 because I don't want to cheapen the 9 and the 10 that I'm going to give. I'm giving him an 8. He was fantastic today. Absolutely incredible when called upon. He is showing why we shipping off Aaron Ramsdale was the best decision we've made at the goalkeeper position in years. This guy is one of the best goalkeepers we've had since Emi Martinez, since who is the last person? Like this kid has the potential to be fantastic for us. For us. 8 for David Rea. Let's go left to right. Let's go Calafiori.
7.
And I'll go 7 too. I'm gonna go 7 too. Like he was good. He was getting involved. I like when he inverts into the midfield, he's an actual presence, unlike some Ukrainian Backstreet Boys that we know. Like he's looking very, very good. He's tenacious. He's fantastic. Yeah. And by the way, Tranian, he's Tranian. I'm 36 years old. Anybody who is less than 5 years than me is a kid. Sorry.
And I'm close to 40. I'm close to 49.
I'm a kid to Dow. Like, you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
so TJ.
Yeah.
Just play.
So
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that was a little, that was a little
strange.
weird, but that's okay. That's a little strange. What else are we gonna do here?
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Anyway, let's go ahead and go to Gabrielle.
8.
Yeah, 8. Solid. So good. Hit the end. Oh, sorry. This is gonna. I'm gonna be thinking of this tonight. What a fucking goal. He's very. I'm giving him an 8.5 because not only was he solid on the back end there, that goal was fantastic, incredible header goal. He hit the Eucharist celebration. He put it over his eyes instead of his face. It made me. What a just.
It's hilarious.
Fantastic Fantastic. 8.5 for Gabrielle. What about Saliba?
8.5.
Yeah.
There was a moment Saliba had the ball with his like back to Rhea, and he had his foot on top of the ball, moving it, getting it away from Gyökeres, I believe. Like,
Yep.
It was just like dribbling around him at one point. So yeah, I got to reverse him. 8.5 for Saliba. He looked like the Rolls Royce again.
Yep. Rolls Royce. Urian Timber.
9.5.
Yeah, dude, he gets a 9 from me. He was fantastic today. Yeah, he was
all over there. He was yeah,
Go ahead.
that was should. Nah, I'm just thinking, should we just play him at like midfield?
No.
When Party goes, let's say when Party goes, we move him to the 6 and then find another right back.
No.
Okay, 9.5 for Timber. All right, man. As long as he left that scumbag fucking United in the dust when they tried to get him 2 or 3 seasons ago, he was their number one signing, I think, 2 years ago, and he turned them down, and he joins us a year later.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Timber couldn't do it. He did it in the Dutch league. Like, I'm not saying that he can't play in the 6. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have better options there, and he is cooking it right back.
Right. Let's not. Right. I don't want to start overthinking it. But I have seen him play for Ajax, just like Tryon says, and I know that option's there. But I think that would have to relieve Thomas Partey of duties. But I don't want a Timber and Thomas Partey to be, or I don't want Partey at right back and Timber at the 6. That's not what I'm saying, right? Thomas Partey needs to be in Saudi or retirement somewhere, setting up schools in Ghana, helping with the community and be an ambassador to African football. That's what Thomas Partey needs to do in the next couple of years. But there is some conversation of Timber at the 6. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I know you can see it because you've seen it before.
Right. Well, yeah, but
I think we're so set at the 6th position. We have too many. I think we have too many 6s at this point.
Well, yeah, right. But you got to consider. I think Jorginho and Partey literally go at the same time at this point. We've been talking a couple years now. Jorginho's going to go then, or Partey's going to go, and Jorginho's going to go. Maybe both of them take off at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows the future? We can't. If we had a crystal ball, whatever. But the fact of the matter is that what you said is 100% correct. Let's keep Timber right back, because you start thinking too much, it starts to break things that aren't broken, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I would trust Timber at the 6. Don't get me wrong. It's just we have other options, and we don't have as many options at right back. And just the dynamicism that is that a word? The dynamicism.
Dynamicism, or something like that.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it's a word that he brings to the right back position is fantastic. So yeah, he gets a 9 for me today. Declan Rice.
7.5. I thought he had a much better second half than first half.
Yeah, again, you did.
He's not someone's name we're talking about, is it? Like when we've done the shows now for the last 9 or 10 weeks, he is not a name we're bringing up.
Yeah, big up DJ Crane. Yeah,
DJ Crane. Right?
Yeah, we were gassed at the beginning of the show, DJ. Like we were over the top.
Yeah, for sure. You're right. I think Rice, I think this was actually one of his better games that he's had in weeks. Bro. Like, how many times have we said, oh, Declan, he's just not the same after the Euros, right? We've been saying that for 8 weeks now.
It's true.
Right? Today was his best game so far. At the start of the season till now, this is his best game.
No, I agree.
Again, it's 7.5.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna give him an 8 because he got the assist. I think he got the assist on the second goal, I believe. He was finally able to get the ball forward, which I have been like, people were giving me a ton of shit in the Gooner Lounge chat because I always say that he can't pass the ball forward. He passed the ball forward, he got through, and they scored. So thank you, Declan, for doing what I said you couldn't do. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I thought he was good today. I think he would have only gotten a 7 if it wasn't for that assist. The 0.5 is for the assist. Let's go Thomas Partey.
8.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I don't know if he's 8 good. I'm gonna give him a 7.5 too. I'm gonna give him a 7.
I thought, I thought there was a moment there in the second half they were dribbling around him a bit, and he sort of just stood back. And once the player that he was marking got the ball, he right on him, got it right off him. His patience today, I thought Thomas Partey's patience today was exemplary. Look at the contrast between him and Calafiori. That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Patience, calmness, knowing that you have two of the best center backs in the world on your right shoulder as you're running backwards, looking at the ball on the left side, waiting for that ball to be played in the middle. Every time they've tried to play a ball in the middle to their center attacking mid, Partey was right fucking there like white on rice. Go back and look at the highlights, watch the game. I don't think they get one pass.
I'm going to have to rewatch it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think they get a pass through him. Not one. I think they pass by him, right? But they don't pass through him. Not once in this game. Not once.
Yeah.
8.0.
All right. There you go. All right. Gabriel Martinelli.
8.
He gets an 8 from me too. He was great today. Stirring it up on that left side, taking on his man. Great goal as well. Great finish. It was good to see him get some confidence back today. Like, yeah, he gets a solid 8 for me. He was great. I'm saving the best for last, by the way. Don't think I forgot. Bukayo Saka.
Kai Havertz was the best today, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
For Kai Havertz. No, okay. Saka, I got to give a 9. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal performance. He had room to move. And again, I think a lot of that is the help of Odegaard. I know we're going to get to him last, but the thing is that Saka was able to do Saka things today. The double team was there, and maybe because it's Sporting, they're just not good enough. I don't know. The double team, they tried, but it just wasn't working out for them. I think Saka today was perfect on the outlets. I would have liked a little more outlet in the beginning of the second half where we kind of just booted the ball up the pitch because we were under the cosh for a little while.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought he was fantastic today. That left back had no clue. I don't even know who their left back was, but he was completely like tangled up like a pretzel in that first half.
Yeah.
So a solid 9.
I'm giving him a 9.5. He was fantastic today, just creating something out of nothing. He did a fantastic assist. Buried the penalties, cold on penalties now. It was just fantastic today. Fantastic. 9.5. Kai Havertz.
6.5.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 7. I'm not gonna be
harsh. I'm gonna give him a 7.
I'm only giving him a 7 because he got that Diamante guy a yellow card for just touching him. Dude, that was brilliant. I mean, I get it. The Kai Havertz, I'm goofy Kai Havertz. I'm 6'4". I can bump into people. No, bro. Like until you start scoring goals from open play and like just fucking burying them from around the 18-yard box and being a striker, Gyökeres's shot today that was off target was better than any Kai Havertz shot that he's had since Bolton. Let's be real. That strike Gyökeres had in the second half where we all just about shit our pants on Gabriel was a better strike and a more pure striker strike than Kai Havertz has hit the ball since Bolton.
No, I agree.
Right. So, I mean, obviously Arteta left him out against Forest for a reason because he wanted him to use his big body to get in there and do all that fun stuff, right? Mix it up with the center backs. And it was great. He got the guy the yellow card like the first 10, 15 minutes. Fantastic dark arts, right? But let's not build this upcoming streak we need to go on around that fucking donkey Kai Havertz. I'm done. Clip it. I'm done. It's not working out. It slows down the play. It slowed down today when the ball got to him, stumbling over like fucking Bambi. If it doesn't hit the side of his head, his shoulder, his ass cheek, or his heel, he doesn't score. Or
No, I
taps
agree.
it
No,
in when it's 6 inches from the goal line. So I just like I said,
he needs the ball
Alvarez
delivered on a platter for him. He's not going to create anything, and that's my biggest. And that's been my biggest complaint about him forever. Like you can say, here's the thing: is you can say what you want about Gabriel Jesus, but he can at least handle a ball. Like nobody expects him to finish, but he can at least handle a ball and link up play. Kai Havertz doesn't do that.
No. Gabriel Jesus can pass the ball and run around the defender, receive the ball, pass it on the outside of his foot, run around another defender, heel the ball to Odegaard to Saka to Jesus to Odegaard scores. We've seen it over and over. Kai Havertz does not do that. Kai Havertz gets the ball with his head down, fucks around with it for a couple seconds until he can get it on his right foot. By that time, the play's broken up. I'm done. He's not good enough. He's just not good enough, you guys. As much as, and I know people rate that kind of player. They see things in there that maybe we're not seeing, but I doubt it. But he's just not that player. Thank you, Ozzy. Shout out. He's just not that guy. He's made for slower movement squads where you intricately put the ball up, right? You pass wide, you middle, wide, very basic triangular football where the positions are stagnant. You don't need to rotate and run around and as much free form as we play, right? We're built on pressing and free form attacking. And that's from Arsene Wenger. This ain't a fucking Arteta thing. It's a George Graham thing. It's a Herbert Chapman thing. I mean, this goes beyond Arteta and Havertz. My point being is that Havertz is a purple patch player, and that is just not good. Oh boy.
Hold on, I might have lost you. I'm back. Sorry. I don't know what the heck's going on with my internet. No, it was me. It wasn't you. It was me. 100% me. Okay.
My point is with Havertz is I think the experiment is come to an end. I can see the value he brings physically, but goal scoring, he ain't it.
No, I agree. 100%. I agree. We're just gonna have to keep fighting this fight. And then last of the starting 11, and certainly not least, Martin Odegaard. What do you got?
10.
Yeah. Fantastic.
10. Fantastic today. And that is not I am in no way an Odegaard sexual or actually, Havertz sexual is none of that shit. But no, Odegaard, I mean, come on now. He was gone for 7 weeks. We lost, draw, right? The football was stagnant. Kai Havertz didn't know what to fucking do, didn't know how he's going to get the ball, when he was going to get the ball. Trossard, I think we did a show at one point. I'm like, well, Trossard can kind of do Odegaard things. I know I said that on our show, and I think I said that with Jez.
I think so.
That Trossard had that sort of creative element to his game. No. And that's why there's a part of me like, if Trossard goes, he's 29 years old. He's a good squad player. I think like even Ozzy agreed to, and someone else in the chat, good squad player. But at the tail end of his career, scores the impact goal once in a while. But there's better out there. And we all know there's better out there. And I'm just done settling. I mean, are we giving this guy a contract because it's the Arsenal good graces and, oh, we care about you and we put our arm around him? And, I don't know if that's what we're seeing with the Odegaard contract extension. Are we doing this because we like him?
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, back to Odegaard real quick. Fucking maestro today. Maestro, bro. But he had room. Again, he had the space. He had more space today, I think he did against Forest.
Yeah, I'm looking at his heat map right now. He was occupying the like two-thirds of the field in the final third.
Right.
Like he was all over the place.
His pressing was fantastic. He was telling players to get up. They scored. He was putting his head up. Yeah, he was running snot through his hair a few times, but
good for him. He can generate those chances. You can be Mr. Snot hair all you want, in my opinion.
I just wish he had scored a goal. I still think he's got that. that I got 5 on it. That's my tune. I'm gonna
I
listen
got
to that later.
vibe on it. Yeah.
Garage. Oh, anyway, where are we at? Oh yeah, it's not weed time. No, the thing is that Acer's got me going. No, Odegaard was fantastic day, but he had the space. Again, he had the space. And we know when we play against Spurs, when we play against Chelsea, City, and possibly United, he may not have that space, right, to do Odegaard things.
Right.
And that's going to be bad, especially if Kai Havertz is in the same squad, right? I kind of agree with, like you said earlier, Jesus makes up with that speed and that, just being a menace. But I think he also kind of helps the central attacking role a lot better than Kai Havertz. While Kai Havertz is backing up into center backs with his back to goal, it ain't good enough, bro. It just ain't good enough.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. Odegaard gets a 10 for me. He did everything but score goals and assist him. Obviously, he drew the penalty that resulted in Bukayo Saka's goal.
Yeah.
He was creating a ton of chances, just drawing players to him when players were drawn to him. He made him look like absolute morons out there. He was spinning people into the shadow realm. He did everything that a captain should do today. And this is what we've been talking about, is this lack of leadership that plagued our team through the beginning of this season with him out. Like, he's showing that he is that calming presence in the midfield. He's that leader in the midfield, leading by example. Like that's what we saw today, and that's what we needed to see today in a very, very critical Champions League away day. So I'm gassed for him. I'm glad he's back. He looks healthy. He took that tackle in the box like a champ. He got up. He didn't look like he was hurt or anything like that. So he looks 100% healthy. I'm gassed for him, and we need to see these performances turn up more consistently, because that's our biggest criticism with Martin Odegaard, is that sometimes he'll disappear, but when he's there, he's there. But when he's not, he's not, and it's felt throughout this entire squad. So he is the linchpin of this squad, for better or for worse, in the midfield. So that's it. I gotta give him a 10. So yeah.
Yeah, he was fantastic today.
Anthony says, TJ, will you do a Christmas stream? I'm gonna be at my in-laws on Christmas, so maybe a Boxing Day stream. Maybe we can do a Boxing Day stream. But I'm gonna be at my in-laws. Yeah, we can do. Yeah, I got to come back because my wife. I got to come back on Christmas because my wife has to work on the 26th. But we'll definitely do a Boxing Day stream. We could do that, and there's a ton of football going on that day too, so that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, do we want to do the bench here? Like,
well, I think there's something to be said for Nwaneri taking off Odegaard. I thought that was probably one of the best substitutions that Arteta could have made in the game today.
Yep, and he did it, before the 80th minute, given it was
exactly right. It was like the 75th, 77th minute or something, wasn't it? Yeah, I was happy to see that. I know it's not, the most minutes we wanted to see him, but at least he's willing to throw the kid on there for our captain, essentially.
Yep.
Right. I mean, that's big, and it's another strike against Odegaard. I still don't know, for some reason, why he can't go 90 minutes on some games. Maybe the tackle today, maybe coming back from injury. That makes sense. But today, Nwaneri had his chance and still looked good. I mean, they've been hyping this kid up since he was 12 years old, I heard the other day.
Yeah.
He's been with Arsenal since he was 12. So there's a high expectation on this kid. But so far, he's handled it, TJ. He's handled it great. Scoring goals in low domestic comps, right? It was at Bolton, I think he scored. Got the goal against Forest, his first goal in the Prem for Arsenal from Sterling, of all people.
Great. That was a great pass from Sterling. To be fair, that was a great link up, and he buried it. He buried it like a pro. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
So I think if we play a low level Champions League team, I don't know who we got coming up. I don't know who we got in the Champions League next. If it's some minnows, if it's a minnow, I would say start Nwaneri for Odegaard.
Yeah. Well, we got Crystal Palace in the cup. We got Monaco. No, it's December 11th, Monaco at home.
Okay. See, that that to me would be a game you could start one area because I believe Monaco's a pretty young side. I think they've always pretty much been a young side.
They're second in the French league right now.
Yeah, so maybe it's
Second in the
don't
French
risk
league,
Tony
6th.
Torres.
Maybe not that game. Maybe not that game.
Right. So, but maybe Crystal Palace. I mean, maybe there's something there. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
Crystal Palace in the cup. Definitely start him there. I think. Definitely.
You know, give him at least the first half, and then bring Odie on in the second half to kind of clean things up if it gets dirty. But this kid has to get more minutes, and
yeah,
I don't want to wait till the new year. I want to see him progress from what he did just Saturday, right? I want current success for this kid. I don't want him to score a goal against Forest and not be heard of again till Boxing Day. That's not fair, and that's wrong to do to him, and that's wrong to do to us as the fan base because we are expecting a lot from this kid. You know, you can't just tease us with this dynamic player we have, and we only get to see him for 10 minutes a match out of like 4 matches. That's only 40 minutes. I don't think he's even played a full half yet.
Right. Well, there are a couple things, and look, I'm not like we can rate the manager too because look, I'm not Ethan Winieri. I give him a 7. Trossard, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah,
and
all
look,
7s
like,
across the board.
Like all 7s pretty much. Like Moreno, he came on and did a job. Zinchenko, I didn't even know came on. Like yeah, it is what it is. But I did want to talk about Arteta. I want to give Arteta a 9. I thought his starting 11 was great today. Again, my only criticisms for him are the subs and when he's making them. I think he needs to make these subs a lot earlier, especially when we are up, 3-4-1 in the 70th minute. Like, why are you keeping Bukayo Saka on? Like, what is the point of doing that?
One area on for him.
You have Wanieri sitting there. You're bringing on Zinchenko when you got freaking who was on the bench for us. You had options at left back that you could have brought on. Miles Lewis-Skelly, Kieran Tierney was on the bench today. There are players that you could have brought on for him that were not named Alexander Zinchenko, who absolutely do not have a future at this club.
Right.
And again, Winieri super late. Like you don't need to keep it. You don't need to wait until the 80th, 78th minute. You need to be bringing him on 65th, 70th minute when you have this type of game and a 3-goal lead. Like you're not going to relinquish that lead in that amount of time. Like you're just not, especially with the form that we were on. So again, that's my own criticism. But the starting 11 was fantastic. And yeah, I'm gonna give Arteta a 9. I'm as much criticism as I give him, pretty much week in and week out. He deserves his flowers today. Great, very well managed today. Very well managed.
9 as well.
Yeah.
Well said, TJ. I subs are subs. I mean, I think the Lewis Skelly argument could have been made today. They could have put him on for Calafiori.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not. And I think that like as much as we were excited to see that Kieran Tierney was in the squad, I think it was a piss take. I don't think he's ever going to hit the field for Arsenal ever again. I don't think he's in the plans. Yeah, just the body to put on the bench. So yeah, Dal, any final thoughts, man? I'm gonna get out of here. Yep. I gotta go get some food.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's 3:00 here. I got a little work to do, and I'm gonna call it a day too. Not much else, man. I guess I'll be seeing you Friday with Early Doors and Jazz, I believe.
Yes, sir. Early Doors and Jazz,
right.
9 p.m. We're bringing. It's gonna be what we call an old school American Idiots. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be just us talking massive amounts of shit, and and we got the West Ham expert himself, Early Doors, aka Tony, coming on. So that'll be great. Doing a preview for the West Ham match.
My daughter and her boyfriend coming to visit tomorrow till Saturday, so I'll sneak in a show Friday.
Okay, let me know if 1 p.m. doesn't work for you. Let's talk like the audience isn't here. Let's talk like we're backstage. You know what I mean? Let's just start playing it. Yeah. Let's start playing it. Lee Gunner emergency stream soon. Northside's live now. Yeah, we'll redirect to Northside. We'll redirect over.
Where's emergency stream?
Emergency stream, baby. It's an emergency. It should be an emergency celebration stream. I thought it was a fantastic. Yeah, 1 o'clock. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go over to Northside. Say TJ Warren TV raid. People say hello to Northside for us, and we will see you next time. Peace.